Jane Foster is coming this month. Cloning Labs and MODOK are coming. Here is the official blog. Hi, Marvel's Avengers Faithful. Update 2.4 is now live and in your hands, and we're excited to reveal news about Update 2.5 and beyond, in addition to more details about the mighty Thor. We're also announcing the next step in our long-term plan to continue to expand the story and playable content of Marvel's Avengers, a new war zone and Omega level threat that will be coming next after update 2.5. We previously talked about our hope that the gap between 2.4 and 2.5 would be shorter than previous updates, and we're thrilled to say we're on track to deliver. We expect the Goddess of Thunder to join your Avengers roster in just a few weeks in late June. So late June, just like we speculated earlier, is when you should be looking out for it. The mighty Thor, aka Jane Foster, will come with her own hero challenge card and a new heroic mission chain that rewards cosmetics and intelligence files that tell the story of how this version of Jane Foster found her way to our universe. So basically, just like the Spider-Man hero event, that's pretty much exactly what you should expect, more or less, except you won't have to grind super long to get that iconic costume. It'll just be there for you. She's a fully voiced hero with a suite of new abilities and gear who brings a new actor to our expanding cast. She will have her own collection of new cosmetics, including emotes, takedowns, and nameplates, as well as Jane-specific remixes of existing Thor takedowns and emotes. In our previous update, we revealed that as Thor, some of Jane's abilities will naturally echo the Odinson's. However, Jane is her own kind of Thor, and several design changes set her apart. The biggest difference starts with a new intrinsic, All Mother's Blessing, and a new overcharge ability called God Tempest. Her ultimate ability, the All Weapon, is also brand new, as we draw inspiration from her comic runs as Thor and Valkyrie, and allow you to smite foes with Underjarn as well as Mjolnir. So Miller has leaked that previously. We got to see what the Underjarn looks like. So it looks like she's going to be wielding both based on the wording of this, but Underjarn is going to be her ultimate. So it sounds like it's going to be like how when you're Black Widow, you have your guns, and then when you go into your ultimate, the power surge, you get a different weapon. In Black Widow's case, the staff, and new abilities to go along with that. So that's pretty neat. Some of Jane's baseline abilities are also new, including her new ranged combo and a new ranged power attack. On top of that, Jane will perform some of the familiar abilities she shares with Odinson with her own signature flair. We'll be going in a lot more detail and cover all of Jane's abilities in gameplay in the coming weeks with a story video, gameplay trailer, dev blogs, and live streams that dig into the details ahead of her launch. Now, what's after update 2.5? We've said in the past that we expect 2.5 to be the first in an ongoing series of hero and villain focused content updates, and we're excited to share a first look at what's on the deck beyond update 2.5, which is Cloning Labs. We'll be adding to the game's story with 2 new challenges as part of an ambition to advance our narrative through hero and villain-centric content. The first is a villain-focused war zone that will reveal MODOK's fate after the defeat of his Kree Sentinel. That will lead our heroes to AIM's Cloning Lab, a new Omega level threat where your high-level strike team will challenge and defeat a revitalized MODOK in a new multiplayer villain fight. Clone Labs will be a new in-game content that rewards conquering heroes with high-power level gear from brand new exotic gear sets. So confirmation, we're getting a new exotic set with that Cloning Labs. Hopefully the boy Alex did his thing once again. I have faith in him. It's been a long time since the Cloning Lab was first announced. Since its original conception, our design philosophy for the game has evolved to be more villain forward, and we decided that the design for the mission no longer met our standards. We think the changes we're making, especially the new boss fight, will make for a much more satisfying and meaningful Omega level threat experience. We hope you're enjoying the revamped event rewards from update 2.4, and you're just as excited as we are to see mighty Thor join the Avengers later this month. We can't wait to share more about the upcoming Warzone and OLT in our next development update. You're basically going to be getting a hero event, just like with Spider-Man. You're going to get Jane Foster. She's going to have a challenge card. She's going to have a mission chain that unlocks additional cosmetics and intel files, which is how they're going to tell the story. Doesn't sound like there's going to be any cutscenes or anything like that, and it's not going to be an operation. Basically, it's going to be Jane Foster cosmetics. As for Jane Foster herself, she has some new moves. She's going to have new takedowns, new ranged attack, new ranged power attack, some new heroics, including an ultimate, Underjarn, which Miller leaked previously. It is the hammer that is the weapon that she had from the comics. It draws inspiration from her Valkyrie incarnation of the character, and it sounds like it's going to potentially morph into different weapons, so I'm very excited to see what that looks like. Jane Foster will not share gear with Thor, and it sounds like she's going to kind of be like how Kate Bishop and Hawkeye were in terms of how different they play based on everything they're describing. So far, people were worried that they would be an Echo character that is going to be more like the difference between Kate Bishop and Hawkeye, just a little bit more, maybe just a slightly bit more similar rather than straight up Echo characters. The release date was not given, but they said look out for her in late June. When late June rolls around, I say last couple weeks, look out for that. After Jane Foster is going to be Cloning Labs. Finally, they reworked Cloning Labs so that MODOK is going to be the final boss instead of Abomination. Cloning Labs is going to be an Omega level threat and is going to be very revamped from the original design. The original Cloning Labs actually leaked early. Some people somehow got access to it. So apparently it's going to be very different. And now that we know Alex is on board, we should expect playtesting for MODOK to be a lot better. There's going to be a new gear set and it's going to reward you with some new exotics. The power level, I'm told, is going to be 175. So in order to even attempt to do Cloning Labs, you're going to have to be 175, which is not a bad thing because thanks to update 2.4, it is now very easy to level up your characters to 175. All these events are going to be solo, so you're going to be able to get some really good gear and you're going to be able to increase your character all the way up to 175 without playing multiplayer at all. It's going to be pretty straightforward. So once Cloning Lab finally rolls around, you should have at least one 175 character that you can take into it, and we're definitely going to be running through that when it's available. I'm excited to see if it's any good. I can't wait.